All right, I'm going to go over these while loop questions with you. These should be on Schoology. It'll look a little different because I'm still in building mode right now, but hopefully you've done these while loop questions first. The idea of this is I'm trying to get you to read while loops before you start writing them. Oftentimes I think it's easier to read before we write. So I typed them up in Eclipse just as a way to kind of check our answers. So it's the 4 questions here, but I'm going to go through them with you here in Eclipse. So the first loop looked like this. It set I to 0 and said while I is less than 5, we're going to print out I, a space, and then plus plus to I. Okay, so what's going to happen here is 0, first time it runs, 0 is less than 5, so it'll print out 0 plus a space, increase to 1. 1 is still less than 5, so it'll print out 1 in a space, increase to 2. 2 is still less than 5. So it's going to keep going, looping through here again and again and again. When it hits 4, it'll come down and print 4. Then I will become 5, and then it'll come up here and check, and 5 is no longer less than 5. So this will fail, and it won't print 5. It'll become 5 right here, but the last one it'll print is 4. All right, so if I run this, get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and this is different because I think, let me see if I change this. If I put the plus plus I here first, then it definitely won't print 0. It'll print 1 first. And then let's see, as it comes through, 4 will be less than 5. And so then it'll become 5 and print 5, and then it'll fail. So in this case, it'll actually print 1 to 5 instead of 0 to 4. So that's a minor change, but it ends up changing the output. Okay, and the reason is, again, 0 obviously isn't printed because we do plus plus I before we ever print. And then the last time through, I is 4, we increase it to 5, so we print the 5 and then fail. Okay, so that's a really nuanced difference, but it is different where you put the plus plus I. So the original answer was 0 to 4. Okay, next example. So now I'm going to do K, and it starts at 8, and I'm going to keep printing while K is greater than 5. And this is one where I minus minus first. So I'm never going to print 8. It's actually going to print 7 first. Then it'll come through and it'll print 6. And then 6 is greater than 5. So it'll come down to minus minus, print the 5. And then once it's 5, it'll fail. So this should be 7, 6, 5 is what it should print. Let me return here. So let's see, there's the first one, and now it's printing 765 for the second one. Okay, kind of a different example here for the third one. Put a line break in here again. So m is 12, and we go while we're less than 20, and we increase first. We increase m by 2 first, and then print it out. So first number that's actually going to be printed is 14. Print a space, come back here, 14 is less than 20. It'll add 2 to get 16, it'll print that. 16 is less than 20, add 2, print 18. 18 will come here less than 20, it'll become 20, it'll print the 20. All right, and then it'll come back here, and 20 is not less than 20. So it'll break the loop. Okay, and then I believe it'll actually print the 20 a second time down here for this print ln at the end. Okay, so I'm guessing this will print 14, 16, 18, 20, and then I think it should print a 20 twice, unless I'm misinterpreting this. But yeah, so it actually prints 2 20s right there, 20, 20. One for here and one for there, right? And the m still, the variable still does exist, right? It starts here at 12, we do some stuff to it, and then we still have access to the variable once the loop is done because it was created up here. Hey, last one is starting to do a sum, and you definitely do this with loops. So this one's a little bit trickier because we have 2 variables to keep track of, the sum and the h value. So I'm going to write this one out and analyze a little more. Okay, so if we take a look at h starts at 0 and it goes less than or equal to 5. So h should go 0 and it increasing by 1 each time. So h is going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because it will run when it's 5. And then sum is just going to be whatever sum was before plus the h value. So sum, the sum bucket, sorry, I wrote that really funny, but the sum starts off as 0. And then each time through, it just adds the value of h. So when h is 0, we add 0 to it, doesn't change. But then we're going to add the 1. So now sum will be 1. And then, so we did this, and now h is 2. So we come through again, and sum becomes whatever it was before, plus the new h value. So it adds 2. All right, then this one is done. Now when h is 3, we just add that to the sum. So this becomes 6. Now h is 4, we add that to the sum to become 10. Final time through, I think h is now 5. It'll add that to the sum. So it'll be 15. Okay, and then we'll get down here and h will go plus plus and become 6. And then the loop will fail. And so at the end, it'll print out that the sum is 15. So we basically sum the numbers for h 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's take a look and see if that's actually the right interpretation. Okay, it looks like that's working right. So there are your answers to this activity. Hopefully you're getting better at analyzing while loops and how they work. Thanks for watching.